Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back. And here we are on Mackenzie Field for some women's lacrosse now. We just wrapped up the men's matchup where the Hornets had a close one against Albion, but weren't able to pull through. Came down to the wire there, but Albion got a goal late there and took it up 8-7, giving them a lead and some better positioning in the MIAA. But now the women's team is looking to change that and get a win here today against St. Mary's College. The Hornets have been on a 3-game road stretch, and finally back here on home. St. Mary's is at a 3-game home stretch, so now both teams are kind of changing it up. It's also senior day for this Hornets team, where afterwards, after the game, we are going to be honoring all of our seniors, and stick around for that one afterwards if you'd like to hear it. And so the Hornets, while away, they got 2 wins, and they got a win at top-ranked Hope College in the MIAA conference. And, man, excited about it. It was a close one. Spooner had 5 goals and pulled through, winning that one 12-10. Then afterwards, they went to Calvin, just right, not too far away, and sadly didn't get that one to go. Had another game against Trine, and that one pulled off swimmingly. And St. Mary's, on the other hand, they're 10-4 this season. They've had a really great season so far, but 3 losses in a row on their home stretch against Calvin, Hope, and Adrian. But they've got a lot of players to look out for. I'll mention them in a little bit, but going to let our announcer take it away and introduce our starting lineups and our national anthem.
Today we celebrate senior night for the Kalamazoo. Conclusion of the game, where we will honor our graduating student athletes for their dedication, leadership, and impact on this program. We hope you'll join us after the game to help recognize this incredible group of seniors. Kalamazoo College, the MIAA, and the NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation supporting student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. Now for the starting lineup for today's game. First, the visitors from St. Mary's. Number 3, Lana Skibbins. Number 7, Carly Leonard. Number 11, Sophia Delgado. Number 12, Kelsey King. Number 14, Rachel Speckard. Number 19, Kate Krajewski. Number 22, Alyssa Grant. Number 23, Catherine Kalinowski. Number 28, Sophia Martinello. Number 33, Piper Downey. Number 34, Kate Shepard. And number 36, Kaya Seaboy. Coached by Kara Bisker. And now the starting lineup for your Hornets. Number 4, Marin Miroslavic. Number 8, Sophie Hartle. Number 10, Ella Spooner. Number 11, Caitlin Grice. Number 13, Tessa Fuller. Number 16, Eden Janitis. Number 17, Grace Barber. Number 18, Jordan Doyle. Number 19, Kennedy Hines. Number 24, Ansley Ware. Number 27, Mackenzie Newhall. And number 29, Abby Kaza. Coached by Grayson Ringlever. At this time, we ask that those who are willing and able please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, so there you have our starting lineups for today. And earlier today, starting today out really cold, right around 45 degrees, 50 degrees or so. And we're getting some sun, finally getting some sun after long weeks of beautiful weather and some storms in between. But now the field's all warmed up for them, and going to be interested to see how this one plays out. Both teams very good offensively. St. Mary's has two players who are just powerhouses on the offensive end. Grant has 51 goals this season, Speckard 43 as well. While the Hornets, as we know, Ella Spooner 59 goals this season, leading the MIAA in goals scored. A lot of those times in the clutch. And Fuller closely following behind with 45. And, I mean, these teams, they've played a lot of similar teams. They've won a lot of their games. Just curious who can pull through today. The Hornets, they've got a flame. They've got some sort of spark recently. St. Mary's trying to reignite theirs. And so we're almost ready to get action started here with the draw. I'm Quentin Powers, and hopefully we've got a good one in store here today. Ooh, it already looks like some issues are going on with the referee. I think he just forgot his whistle, actually, if I saw that correctly, which is kind of odd. But either way, that's what you got to do. He didn't forget. It's important. So face-off, Spooner fighting for it, but a good job from Downey to receive that. So coming down the field now, St. Mary's is looking to set up this offense. The Hornets' defense this season has been solid and has only gotten better. Grice has done a pretty decent job in the goal, sitting right around 36% save percentage. She's going to be competing today with one of the better goalkeepers in the MIAA with a 43% save rate. It's a pretty solid number for this season they've been having. Downey looking to get the attack. Spooner, good pressure. Martinello still surveying around. Taking their time here, kind of overloading that left side of the field, getting screens from the cuts. Nice pass down low, big hit from behind, and looks like a foul is called. This is going to give St. Mary's a free position shot. Speckard, I think, is going to be taking it. Yes, she is. Oh, looks like no free position. Ooh, I'm not too sure. Yeah, so no free position shot. They're just going to hold on possession. Must have just been more of a common foul. Nothing too serious there. So Speckard, dangerous on the offensive end. We know this now. So keep your eye on her today. That pass just had to come straight out. I mean, tough in the corner, but good defense from Spooner. All over the field. And now passing it up. Hines got it. Hind up to Doyle. Doyle couldn't hold on, fighting for it, and now King is bringing it down the field. And, man, ball is still loose. It's just a constant fight right now, and Barber comes away with it, gets tipped, picks it right back up, goes to Janitis. And trying to get this clear, and finally they do, which holds back some of their issues. And now they can get every sort of weapon on the offensive end that they need. So Fuller, where she likes to be, right around there outside of the X. Hind letting her get some offensive action. Almost found her way into the lane to that first home. And now fighting for it. Spooner still loose. Want to recover this ground ball. It's still going to stay with the Hornets because of the contest. So outside that third home is Spooner. Spooner gets a screen from Kaza. Doesn't have a lot of room. St. Mary's doing a good job of crashing. And away with it is Downey. Downey swings it back to the goalkeeper, Seaboy. And Lenhart getting good pressure from Hind. Lenhart high pass, dangerous. Still recovered. And the Hornets are now implementing this sort of full field pressure. And that pass off is recovered by Ware. And it's good to see the Hornets doing this kind of defense. They've had some games this season where that type of pressure has caused some issues. So kind of learning from their opponents, implementing the same sort of strategies. And back on the offensive end, it pays off. Gaza swings to Fuller. Fuller looking for that cut. Doyle had a little bit of a lane, but Fuller still with it. Good pass to Spooner. Spooner shoots wide, sticks with him. Kaza in the right place. Kaza passes it to Doyle, and a nice pass, a nice shot. And they're getting it started early. Kaza finds her right in the right spot, the right time. Kaza to start this season was her and Spooner actually were the main two goal scorers. And slowly Kaza's kind of built her way into this, playmaker, passer, able to do a lot. She does have 28 goals this season, but also 21 assists. So she's able to get all over the place in that aspect.
Goal number 18, Jordan Doyle.
And Jordan Doyle now with a goal as well, also known to be one of the more pass-first players who finds her open teammates. But that's going to be her 19th goal on the season. Looking to be the 5th player to get 20 goals this year, which I don't think that'll be in the record books, but it certainly should be noted for how aggressive this team is on offense. Off the draw, Downey's got it. Downey, ooh, big hit from Ware. They're going to call it. And, man, that hurts. But gets right back up. No problem at all. So this gives her that free position shot. Downey shoots and goes right under. And now they're on the board as well, all tied up early in this one.
St. Mary's goal number 33, Piper Downey.
And Grice has had to handle a lot this year. There's been a couple really, really tough matchups that she has had to deal with. One at home against Kenyon. That was a surprisingly tough game. Kenyon is now one of the best teams in the country and in their conference. Gave them a lot of experience, a lot to learn from. And actually, since then, this team has done phenomenal. They have played fantastic. You're going to let Spooner take this draw, Fuller take this draw instead of Spooner. And so fighting for it now. This one goes outwards, but it's going to stick with St. Mary's. Must have been something we missed down here, or up here, excuse me. Now passes it upfield to Lenhart. Lenhart playing against one of her former teammates, Grace Barber, both of them from Forest Hill Central, and maybe was able to play with Sophie Hartle in high school as well. And now that ball is loose, and Grice just picks it right up. Grice now out wide to Newhall. And Newhall now upfield to Spooner. Spooner picks it back up. And Spooner with speed. They have numbers if they can get the pass off. Pass does not get off, though. A good read from Delgado. Still fighting right now. St. Mary's kind of walking their way into their offensive end. No one can pick it up right now. My goodness. And finally, Barber picks it up. Such a strange sequence of events. There's always one time, it happens every single game at least once, where just no one can get their stick underneath it. So Kaza swings a nice pass there, and there you have it. Hartle gets the goal after a nice pass from Kaza. That's how you do it. And man, you love to see that type of dynamic duo. And this team, it slowly started to turn into just a dynamic team in general. Everyone gets along so well. Everyone finds each other, and they spread the wealth. I mean, they really do. Spooner does have 49 goals this season, or 59 goals this season, excuse me. But gosh, it doesn't matter the way they spread the ball and find each other. And this crowd today is Kalamazoo, big Kalamazoo fan base here. We had a huge turnout for that Albion-Kalamazoo game. Now St. Mary's a little bit of a drive away. And so Hind fighting for it after the draw. Does pick it up and recovers. Gives it up to Spooner now. So Spooner, obviously the player to watch for St. Mary's. They have their eye on her at all times. You can tell they are face guarding her on some of these possessions. You can see it actually. But passes off. Hind picks it back up. Yeah, wow, they are really face guarding Spooner. They don't want to give her any room. So might be time for players like Hind to fill that gap, but everyone else is just so talented as well that they can make it happen. Kaza gets a screen from Miroslavic. Fuller looking for the cuts. Almost found Spooner. Taking their time here, though. They still have 40 seconds on that shot clock. Fuller outside the third home. Back to Hartle. Hartle gets the screen from Hind. Can go to work here. Has some space to shoot. Finds herself behind the goal, so has to swing it back out. Nice pass, though, to Fuller. And a good save from Seaboy. That's a perfect pass, perfect opportunity, but Seaboy knew it was coming. So now the race. McMahon brings it downfield. And still fighting for it. And I think Ware's going to be called for more contact right now. Already early in this game, a lot of contact, especially on the defensive end for the Hornets. So Skibbins has it there. Waiting for an open cut off these screens, kind of that cluster in the middle. But some good pressure from Ware. Ware now overcommitting. Now inside. And man, just kind of fell through the lane, and Grice picks it up. And Kalinowski, from that X position, just kind of lost it. So either way, Hornets back on the offensive end, secured the clear. And this could be a chance for them to get up by 2 goals. Hind, open, ooh, just high off the crossbar. And gives it back to Seaboy. So unfortunate. Doyle rush into it. And it's going to go to the Hornets. Some good hustle there. So now back on the offensive end. Kaza on that outside. Interesting, St. Mary's, their defensive style is very open. They give the Hornets a lot of space outside that third home and allow them to get an attack on the inside, but it also allows St. Mary's to stay on their toes. There, a nice pass, also off the crossbar again. Kaza just can't find it. And now the race down the field. Spurl sings it up to Speckard, and Speckard has to give it back to Grant. So Speckard and Grant, keep your eye on them. Again, those are the 2 players to look out for on the offensive end. And Kalinowski, 37 assists in the MIAA, leading in them. And I think it's on a play like that where those situations happen. The Kalamazoo Hornets disrupt and make them reset. So McMahon seeing if she can go to work. Has some room. That one's wide left. And low. But in the right spot. Grant is there. Grant swings it back around to Kalinowski. And Kalinowski hasn't scored a lot this season. But again, those passes that she makes are just so perfect. And right there, a good pass. But a great disrupt by the Hornets. Looks like they've done their homework today. They know when the cut is coming. And no issues at all for them. Wall swings it upfield to Doyle. And Doyle's got a head start on her defender, King. And so Kaza going around the bend here. And almost every single time I watch this Hornets team play, their offense is just impeccable. The way they find each other and make things happen. The screens, the adjustments. They do a great job. But right now, St. Mary's is doing an even better job. Looks like Hartle was trying to get a shot off, and oh no. She's on the ground. Not too sure what happened there. Might have just got a little push in the back. I think just had to make sure she was okay. You don't want to see anyone injured. And so probably a smart halt in play. So there's Fuller. Using Kaza to give her some room. Gives it up to Doyle. Doyle, high pressure again from King. And there, ball's still loose. Hornets keep picking it up. Right now, St. Mary's just can't get the ground ball after some good defense. That's really important. And you see Spooner all the way on the outside, not getting any room from Delgado. Delgado just cannot. I mean, that's her task for the day, is just not let Spooner get the ball. Hind, shot is good. And does a great job of that. Just slipping her way through the defense and going to work. And you love to hear the music play after they get their goal. I mean, that's just so great. It's cool to see who chooses what as their song. You know, I don't know a lot of these players personally, but it always kind of gives you a little view into their life, what they like to listen to, and just adds a little more personality to the game. Makes it a little bit more fun and engaging, that's for sure. So now Hornets have a 3-1 lead after a nice goal there from Hind. Hind has had herself some really great games this season. Not really known for her stat sheet, but more known for just the way she utilizes herself on the offensive end and defensive end. Hartle's going to take that one away from the draw. And now we see the sun kind of coming through these gray clouds. Not projected to get any rain, so it's nice to see the sun kind of hint its way through. Fuller, screen from Kaza. Room, down low, no good. Kaza gets it right back. And a good job from number 34, Shepard, to kind of swing down while Kaza was trying to swing up. I mean, it just forces on top of each other. But right now, St. Mary's just cannot get a clear. So Doyle finds herself with it. And now to Hartle. Ooh, but a great save from Seaboy. Seaboy's doing a good job for how many shots the Hornets have been able to get off on goal, especially. These aren't easy shots to save. I mean, shots from Hartle, not the easiest in the world to catch. I mean, none of these shots are easy, that's for sure, to get. And a good job by Grice to just kind of clean it up after the pass was, I believe, tipped. And so Barber communicating upfield, giving it to Hartle. And this period's about to come to an end, but Just a minute left remaining. Let's see if the Hornets can get another shot off. And Hartle has another chance at it. But, ooh, that there. Looks like it was lost. But a great pass, my goodness, from Doyle up high to Kaza. Slam dunks it. And gave her the alley-oop. And that's their specialty. And Kaza, a great job there from the pass from Doyle.
Number 29, Abby Kaza.
And, you know, while Spooner can't get a lot of the action because of that, you know, complete cutoff defensively, you get players like Kaza and Doyle who are very capable of showing up, doing what they do best. And, man, that's cool to see. I got to say, I love to see the alley-oop kind of play. So 45 seconds left in this period. St. Mary is going to try to get maybe a shot off, try to set up their offense just a little bit. And passing it upfield, man, they still can't get the clear. A turnover. Ware picks up the ground ball, and Ware's making an impact. Janitis upfield to Doyle. Man, maybe the Hornets, I doubt they would try to go for another shot because if they hold on to it, they can keep possession going into that second period. But maybe, you know, catch them by surprise. And doesn't quite look like it. Ware's just going to hold on, swing it to Hartle, and let this period run out so they can start with it in the second. But some great early action here on Mackenzie Field. The Hornets leading 4-1. And, I mean, they look great out there. They are playing fantastic, finding each other, doing some great things on defense as well. Ware's been a little physical, which has caused that one goal where it had an open shot opportunity. But other than that, I mean, a lot of turnovers from St. Mary's early. 11 turnovers in that first period. A number they're going to want to try to improve and are definitely talking over right now in the huddle. Kalamazoo 100% on their clears. St. Mary's not even 50%. So just really got to get better ball control, be a little more concise and precise with their passing. And I think they can easily come back into this game. But, again, you got to make those changes. You got to make them early before it's too late. So we're going to take a quick break here, just with a minute left remaining before we start that second period. And I'll be right back with you in a sec. All right, just about to come out of this timeout here. Players running back on the field, switching sides, and the Hornets are going to be holding this one to start the second period. And something I just love about this Hornets team is how energetic they are on the offensive end. You know, you watch some games and you see a lot of action, but not a lot of scoring. I feel every single game this Hornets team plays involves a high scoring margin, whether it's close, whether it's a blowout, goes their way or not. Usually these teams just really, really score a lot. So a lot of action, a lot of fun. That's for sure. Let's get into the second period and see what happens. Let's see if St. Mary's makes those right adjustments and clean up some of their play. Kaza tries to give it to Spooner. Something people don't think about is when you're face guarding, you know, you have the look on Spooner at all times, but you don't know all the time when she's going to get the ball. Now, ball in the air, bumps off Ware's head. Still loose on the ground, and Fuller gets it. Barber trying to pick it up. Still trying to pick it up. St. Mary's kicking it in their way. Flying all over the place, and somehow Allen picks it up. Michaela Allen, also on the women's basketball team this year, got some good playing time. Is out there and making a bigger role for herself on this women's lacrosse team. As the season came to an end in basketball, was able to start getting some more playing time out there. So Hartle swinging it back around. Now to Doyle. And you see the stick-up method that St. Mary's has is a good idea against a team that is so dynamic with how they play and pass the ball. Hartle on the outside. Trying to make a move. A good stop, though, from Martinello. Miloslavich looking. Out of Doyle. Doyle looking for the cuts. A good cut from Hartle, but a good stop from St. Mary's. But the ground ball just gets up in the air and goes to Fuller again. So 15 seconds on the shot clock. You need to make something happen, and now that ball is turned over to Krajewski. And now it looks like St. Mary's is going to call a timeout. Or wait, no. I thought they were calling timeout. I don't know how I thought of that, but the Hornets now are going to have it on offense. Not sure exactly where the big contact was. Maybe I just missed it, but either way, Hornets have it. Okay, so looks like number 8 for St. Mary's is offside. Doesn't matter, though. Take advantage of a real quick Fuller. A nice low shot. Finds the back of the net. And Fuller, the junior on this Kalamazoo College women's team. You think she was a senior by the way she plays and the confidence that she has. But, man,
Tessa Fuller.
You know, with how she's playing this year, she's got another good year ahead of her, but it's just really great to see out of Spring Lake, Michigan. Started the season out a little bit slower and then just really worked her way in. So this one's going to St. Mary's. They just want to get this clear. A huge breath of fresh air once they get past that mark. And you want to be careful not to turn it over. And as I say that, they turn it over and Grice just holds on. Pass too high from Grice, trying to find Allen. But Allen, good moves to recover it. And a nice job from Hine to also slip through the defense. I mean, they've got all the moves. So Doyle now back to Kaza. This is the position they love to be in. Right behind the goal in that X position. Keeping the goalkeeper, Seaboy, kind of at bay. Wanting to have full attention to on-ball situations, but you don't know when the cut is coming and when the Hornets will find an open player. So we see Kaza in that position. Nice pass to Fuller, and Fuller just wide. Had a lot of room, but doesn't seem to have the case. I mean, there's a lot of times where it's almost like the player's so open, they're just surprised and like, what? But there, Fuller, another shot, and it looks like it was tipped from goalkeeper Seaboy. And Ware gives it to Kaza. And now to Hind. Hind gets a screen from Kaza. A nice roll from Kaza. Kaza wanted to pick it up. This one's still loose. And just a constant fight from St. Mary's right now. They are certainly doing a better job of reading this offense and covering all the angles. Hartle on the outside, trying to get to that first home. And now a whistle. It looks like this gives them an opportunity. So Hartle has a chance to score off that penalty. And shot is good. Hartle again on the board. That's going to be 2 for her and gives the Hornets an even bigger lead in the second period. It might just be one of those days. And so just some real quick, nice offense there. Paying off well. And you see them leisurely getting back to the draw area. You see St. Mary's eager to kind of get back out there after a couple rough moments. And so Fuller is going to be doing the face-off. Spooner had a little break for a second there. So the draw is going to go to St. Mary's if they can hold on. But, man, that's been the biggest issue today. It's just not being able to keep it. But now Martinello, after a nice call, but a good hit from Spooner. Playing soccer with it before she picks it up. And now Hind juggles it around and gives it to Barber. Barber looking for the swing to Allen. He's going to swing it upfield, rainbows it to Janitas. And clears have not been a problem for them today. Hartle, Miroslavic. Miroslavic has a lot of room to shoot. And, ooh, almost just off the goalpost. And, whoa, do not know how it got into the hands of St. Mary's that fast. Delgado just kind of picked it up. And Delgado gives it to Downey and retreats. So Grant. Now getting high pressure from Newhall. Newhall, great defensive player. And they got King with it. King wants to shoot. Has some room. Tries to pass it up. Almost like a behind-the-back pass. And Newhall just picks it up and trying to get through. The St. Mary's team, 10-4 this season. They've won a lot of their games, but really when you get into MIAA play, it all just changes, really. It's a whole nother level of intensity. And while Kalamazoo does technically have a losing record, I don't think that is always a great way to judge the matchups because there's so many different levels of play, especially in D3 sports. A lot of nuances, a lot of different talent. A lot of ignored talent, and there you have it, another goal from Hartle. That's going to be a hat trick here on Senior Day. Making it happen. After a nice pass from Fuller, now they take the lead up to 6. And so really good stuff to see again. And it's got to feel great for Hartle. Got to feel really great for Hartle now to get 3 goals on the day so early as well. You know, you want to have a good memory with your last game on this field, or one of your last games on this field, excuse me. And so might as well get into some of the MIAA implications here if a win or loss does happen. So if Kalamazoo wins this game, they're going to be able to play a home game next Sunday in the MIAA tournament. They end up losing this game to St. Mary's, though that might cause some issues. They're going to have to win a couple games and have all other things go right to be able to get that 4 seed. But so far today, the Hornets have looked pretty dominant. If they can get that win, having a home advantage would be great for them. They have won majority of their games at home this season and just are a little bit more sincere, or a little bit more concise at home, more familiarity on this field. Hartle still going to work, not a ton of pressure, and somehow finds Spooner. Spooner being face guarded this entire game. Surprised she was able to slip through and get the ball. Spooner wants to score, gives it to Kaza. Kaza low to the side. Ball is loose after it was deflected, and C-Boy picks it up. C-Boy upfield to Lenhart. Lenhart, pressure from Ware. And Ware gets that one out. And Ware today is doing a fantastic job. I mean, she is all over the place defensively and offensively, especially on those clears, doing all the work she needs to do, making it happen for her offensive end. And there, again, Hartle with the goal. She has just been open and has not been stopped. Joyous right now for her after a nice pass from Fuller. Another stat-stuffing game for the Hornets. There's been a couple of those this season.
Goal number 8, Sophie Hartle.
A couple of those this season, as I was saying, where, they set a new record. They set a new scoring record here at home against Elmhurst. And now it looks like St. Mary's is going to call a timeout. So Hornets with an 8-1 lead right now, 6 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock here. I understand there is no score bug, so I'm going to mention that more and more for you guys, but a comfortable lead for the Hornets nonetheless. I'll be right back with you after this timeout. Okay, so coming off of the timeout, St. Mary's is going to be fighting for the draw here. And they're probably going to be keeping that intensity as high as they can. They haven't had a problem winning their draws today. It's what happens afterwards. Like that, where they lose it once again. And Delgado fighting. And there you go. You have a reset. This is what they've been needing to do. A lot of teams do this after the draw or the face-off in both sides of lacrosse, just resetting it back with your goalkeeper and your defensive end. And now they do secure the clear. So ended up working out for them. But man, Lenhart just off on that pass to Downey. And Ware doing a good job securing her stick. close to her and just gives it to Kaza. So Doyle on that outside. You see freshman Schneiderwin is now in for the Hornets. And now just still swinging on the outside there. With a bleed like this, you don't need to really be on the attack at all times, but allows you to be comfortable and take some nice shots. Use your offense, really feel it, gain some confidence, especially early when you're about to go into the MIAA play. And Hind, really good recovery after losing it. Doyle almost got the shot off, but some good defense there from Grace Heeken. Ware looking on the attack, held off pretty well. Nice pass to Doyle, and 20 seconds on the shot clock. Going to be looking for a shot, and now something is called. And looks like Fuller is going to have an opportunity to get some more points on the board here. So Fuller sprinting her way through, takes her time. Nicely done. With ease, makes it look easy. And that's going to up the lead even more today for the Hornets at home.
Kalamazoo College goal number 13, Tessa Fuller.
And only a couple games left in the season, this one, and then next week at Albion on Tuesday, so a short break between those two games. And that game at Albion is important. You know, you want to win that game. Albion hasn't done too well this year for women's lacrosse, but still, you want to make sure you can't let anything happen late in the season, especially looking into playoff time. So Ware picks it up off the face-off, and pass from Schneiderwin's kind of double bounced in the air to Fuller. Worked out nonetheless. And Kaza just kind of chilling in the X area. And looking at some other matchups in the MIAA, Hope and Calvin are sitting at 1 and 2. Both of them only one loss in conference play. Hope that one loss at Kalamazoo. A tough loss for them and a great win for the Hornets. If it comes down for a triple team tiebreaker where three teams are able to have 3 wins and are all tied in their records in conference play, that win against Hope will play a factor and would give Kalamazoo a little bit of a heads up. But still got to be mindful that only can happen if 3 teams have that same record. Back to the action here. Kaza on the inside. That one's just picked up by Seaboy. And Seaboy's going to rainbow this one way downfield. A good pickup by Kalinowski. And Kalinowski gives it to Heeken. Heeken looking upfield. Kind of got hit in the head there, but no call. And now you see St. Mary's surveying around. Haven't been on the offensive end too much. You need to keep the ball safe. You want to get a shot off, really. That's the biggest part. Grice hasn't had to deal with a lot of shots. In fact, Grice has only had to deal with 2 shots today. Now 3. After that one, a good save from her. But still, really nicely done by Grice. And really great defense today from the Hornets. And Janitis way deep in the backfield. Let's see what she can do with it. Janitis, good pass to Allen. Allen, accurate upfield to Doyle. And back to Hines. So back just right on the offensive end as always, as they have been majority of this game. And, you know, there's no number of time of possession, but I'll tell you, the Hornets have been leading that aspect, that's for sure. Kaza trying to go work on that third home. Now inside is Hind. Hind spin moves. Shot, looking for it. Pass it to Kaza. Kaza is found there, so no room. Now back outside to Spooner. Spooner wants to go to work. Nice pass there to Hartle. But a good pickup by Seaboy again. Seaboy just such a great presence on the defensive end. A lot of plays and passes intercepted actually by her. Not even just, shots saved or affected. Spooner gets a nice tip on it. Schneiderwin trying to pick it up, and Doyle cleans it. Now upfield to Miroslavic. And the Hornets, they do have numbers. Give it to Spooner. Spooner shot low and good, and now she's on the board. Even with all the pressure and even with the face guarding, she gets her way through on a possession where she has numbers.
Hornet goal number 10, Ella Spooner.
And, man, she is known now. I mean, she is one of the best here at Kalamazoo College and is also in the record books. Having a fantastic season of her own. So now off the face-off, Hind is going to be attempting the draw. And looks like St. Mary's pulls away with it. Here comes the swing over to Kalinowski. Kalinowski trying to go to work. Gets room. And a good save by Grice and Reed. Now on the outside, we see them still swinging. Doing what they're trying to do best. I mean, their offense has been fantastic this season, but today, Hornets are prepared. And you hear the fans all excited because of just how great defensively they've been playing. But either way, St. Mary's opportunity here. That one trying to get a bouncing shot. It's going to stay with them. Looks like King just couldn't connect. And now the time comes down to an end, and the Hornets had last possession. Not 100% if they're going to have it in the second half. But either way, 10-1 here. The Hornets doing a really great job offensively, great job defensively, causing a ton of turnovers, and they're looking great out there. Right now, if we look at the stats, I mean, it is not looking too hot for St. Mary's, but things can change.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Things can certainly change. They've done a better job in their clears in this quarter and have stopped the Hornets here and there, but still, the Hornets are just on fire out there. And looking at the record books, I just wanted to check for everyone how well Spooner is doing this season. And if we're looking at single-season goal records, Spooner in 2023 and 2024 on the leaderboard with 48, and still with a lot of time left in this season. I mean, she could get up there into the top 5. Rachel Madar is up there as well as Rose Bogart, man. With 82 goals in a season, that's going to be a hard one to get up to. But Spooner still just one of the best players we've seen in a little while here, making a name for herself and already in the record books. But here at halftime, it's not too close of a game as we had recently in that men's one. But you never know what can happen in that second half. So 10-1, Hornets leading. And I'll be back with you in around 8 minutes or so for second half action. Okay, just about to resume action here in the second half. 10 seconds left in halftime. And, I mean, you see it for yourself. The score is 10-1. Hornets are just dominating today. Trying to get everyone on the board. Seen a lot of games this season where they take huge leads like this. And it's just incredible how many people are able to score. They love to spread the wealth. They love to give it up to people. And let some players who don't give as much experience get some experience out there just because it's one of those days. I mean, you're playing well. You can let yourself play well and pull through with it. So either way, Hind competing for that draw and does. So Hind with the draw. I mean, she has room to work. She does. Oh, but the pass just high to Spooner. Would have been a nice way to start out the second half. And now Hartle is going to swing back to Hind. And, you know, Delgado today on St. Mary's is given that hard task of face guarding Spooner. Spooner, though, did have some room there after some nice screens. It's an off-ball movement they have. It's just incredible how persistent it is, and it's constant, too. Kaza slips through. C-Boy just kind of put her stick up and completely stopped it. Read it like a book. And there, Speckard swings through and secures it. Speckard might want to keep the action going. Open player, but no good from Grant. That's surprising Grant missed that one. Almost never misses. And so they get another chance, but Grant's going to be wanting that one back for a while now. And that's really what Grant is there for. Her stats, 51 goals and only 4 assists this year. She is just a score-first player. And Kalinowski with it. Some pressure from Barber right now. He's not giving it up quite yet, though. Kalinowski looking for Grant on the inside. Still just surveying, gives it to Martinello. Martinello right back. And it's hard to get anything going at this range. Spooner getting impatient, putting that pressure on. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, and they just take it. So a really great defensive possession from the Hornets. Phenomenal. And now Spooner is going to get this clear, and they've got numbers. But that pass just goes right into the net of Shepard. I mean, Shepard was just right there. And now St. Mary's looks like they have some numbers. Let's see what they work with it. Martinello, there you go. On the board in the second half, and on the board since early in this game. Cutting it down to 10-2 if the stick is, yes, so yeah, all is good. Confirmed goal. And that's got to feel great for him.
Number 28, Sophia Martinello.
Martinello, freshman from Elmhurst, Illinois. And kind of doing the same thing that Spooner was trying to do on the other end. Just catching the defense off guard.
Running in the parking lot. 418 ELP is the license plate.
So a car running in the parking lot. Well, happens. But back to the game. This is a nice goal from Martinello. And you can tell, might give them a little more energy in this second half. Might allow them to get a little more energy. You might be a little more motivated knowing now that you can just score. Like you're not completely stopped, that's for sure. Fuller on that offensive end. A nice pass to Hind. Hind with room. That one's wide. Might have been deflected. And now back to Spooner. So Spooner, they give her a lot of room to work with on the outside. Because if you get too close, it's a dangerous game. Spooner shot. Ooh, just off the goalpost. It was on target, but just a tiny bit too wide and hit the post. So we see Fuller wanting to go to work. A nice pass to Hind, but just a little off. Hartle on the outside, though, there to get it. Kaza looking in. That one stripped. Still fighting. The Hornets, gosh, they just keep coming up with these ground balls. Every time the ball is loose, they're hawking it down. And there, Spooner, looking for the pass. St. Mary's doing a good job of deflecting a lot of those moments. There, a nice pass, though. And Hartle, yeah, she gets kind of swallowed up. Kind of looks like a hold to some degree. And that, I believe, is going to be the call. So, going to have a free shot opportunity. And Hartle might be able to get to 5 goals if this one goes through. And that one, a nice deflection from Seaboy. But Hartle finds it again after her own miss. Man, just cannot catch a break right now. St. Mary's needs to start tracking down these ground balls. Spooner attacking, shot, caught by Seaboy. And now St. Mary's, after a long offensive possession from the Hornets, have the chance. While it might not necessarily have been super long. It was more just a lot of shots. And there's some big contact from Ware. Clean, though. Still St. Mary's recovers, and a nice pass upfield to Delgado. Delgado's going to swing outside to Kalinowski. Now back to McMahon. McMahon attacking. Pressure from Hind. Good pressure. Now we see King giving it back. Today, Grant, one of the goal scorers here today, and Martinello. But everyone else has been quiet. Speckard hasn't gotten a lot of action. Pass on the inside. That one's deflected and goes to Hind. Hind passes it upfield to Fuller. Fuller does recover and grabs it. Kind of gets hit in the head there. Looks like grabbed her head, but finds Hartle. Hartle, a lot of space, but a nice pass to the inside. And now Seaboy just picks it up. Seaboy is doing a fantastic job for how much work she has to do today. Being real chill about finding the ball. So Skibbins passes it. Nice pass at that one. And King on the board, and they're cutting it. Slowly but surely getting themselves back into this game. Don't know if we can fully say they're back in it, that's for sure. But 10-3 now. Giving them more and more opportunities on the offensive end. And that's something Hornets might have to adjust. Because you can't let them get too much on the board and those opportunities when they have the fast break. So it does look like a timeout is going to be called. Hornets are going to have to talk this one over. You see some St. Mary's players happy about that one, feeling good about themselves, trying to cause the timeout. But still a lot of work to do. And so let's take a look at some of the stats here now that St. Mary's is starting to get back in this one and looking a lot better already. They 2 goals, of course, in this period, and they're already doing a better job of getting shots off in general. Better shots, better opportunities. In the first 2, they barely got anything off. Only, if I'm correct, only 5 shots in the first half of this game, and now already looking to double that in this period by itself. They've been a lot cleaner on their clears, or maybe it's just the Hornets need to get back in it and start to be more aggressive when St. Mary's is trying to get through. Either way, though, St. Mary's looking a lot better right now, looking like the team they know themselves to be. And the Hornets been a tiny bit quiet within these first 7 minutes of the second half, but would not be surprised if they start to cut back into this one. It always happens. So both teams about to come out of the timeout. Curious what they discussed. They can adjust here. And these 2 teams, you know, looking at the roster sizes, both of them right around the same size. A lot of people from all over the country. St. Mary's, a couple players from Michigan, a player from Georgia, a couple players from Georgia, actually, 4, if I'm correct. Kalawinski's from Atlanta. Spurl's from Brookhaven, Georgia, Roswell, Georgia, and a couple other places as well. And, I mean, it's good to have a team from all over the country. It brings a lot of different playing styles. We talk about it in different sports with different commentators. I've talked about it with Tanner White quite a bit about how you play basketball, how you play football, even volleyball, the play styles you have. It differ from sport to sport, soccer as well. And it's interesting to see what they do based on where they're from. And Kalinowski from Atlanta, Georgia, she's smooth with her passing and has been dominating the assist column in the stat sheet for the MIAA this year. So, you know, who knows? Maybe that's something about the style of play, where she's from, or it just could be her game, you know? Pass to the inside. That one's off. And going to go to the Hornets was trying to find King and get King another shot on goal. But that one, I'm not too sure if it's completely deflected, but was just off either way. So Ware trying to push it upfield. Barber a little uncomfortable trying to recover it. And now that pass is off. And thankfully Hartle is there to clean it up. Passes it downfield to Doyle. Nice pass. Risky, but a really nice one. And now Kaza looking for that crash. You see a lot of times when they get on the offensive end, they get themselves in the X position or behind the goal. The whole team kind of crashes towards the goal, and sometimes you find an open player. Hind in that position again. Gives it up to Fuller. Fuller's going to let Miroslavic have it. Back to Kaza. Kaza looks for that cut. Miroslavic cuts as well. And with 20 seconds on the shot clock, St. Mary's, good pressure. Doyle. Now to Hartle. Hartle, 10 seconds. He knows he has to do something with it. Gets a screen from Spooner. Wasn't high enough. Now you really need to get a shot off. And they panic. And they almost find Kaza in front of the goal, but St. Mary's looking like a new team right now. Doing a good job of communicating with one another. But that's tough. Let's see if it stops. And oh, it does. They're fortunate that one stopped before going out of bounds. Would have been a nice break for the Hornets, but there, a good pass to King from Seaboy. Now right back. And the clears, they've been pretty precise. And as I say that, of course, Ware, again, is causing problems. And there, looks like someone got some contact a little bit too low or something, because gave St. Mary's the ball. Turnover, though. Just as Hornets were called for it. Ball's turned over, and Barber's going to have it across the field. Up to Ware. Ware up to Miroslavic. And whoa, that one real high. Just goes straight to St. Mary's. And here's Speckard. Speckard, you can tell she wants to start attacking more and more. Hasn't gotten on the scoreboard quite yet. But you can just see the way she's playing, trying to get herself open more and start her dodges early. Jaunowski still with it. Now we see Spurl going to work, and a big hit from Hartle. And now, believe that's going to, should give them a free position shot here. And another attempt to cut it even closer, or no? Yes, no? That doesn't look like it. So no free position shot after that one, but still going to shoot. And a good save from Grice there as the sun starts to come out. And the weather is starting to completely change. It's starting to feel a little bit warmer out there. Started the day out cool. And now already starting to feel better. Hind, after the pass from Grice, recovers. Down to Ware. And Ware can just clear the crowd. And give it up to Doyle. Doyle to Kaza. Kaza has it in that X position, going back outside to Fuller. And in these types of situations, when St. Mary's starts to cut it, you don't want them to be comfortable. You don't want them to get any bit more comfortable at all. And right now would be a great time for the Hornets to get one through, regain their confidence, and keep St. Mary's on their toes. Even with such a huge lead, you don't ever want to show something. And right there, Fuller's not going to let it happen. Can't give him any sort of hope at all. And Fuller, she's got herself a hat trick now. 11-3, big lead for them.
Hornet goal coming from number 13, Tessa Fuller.
So Fuller, a fantastic job. As I was saying, trying to get another goal is pivotal, it's important. It's always good to build their lead. And it's interesting, though, St. Mary is not letting the trend continue from that first half where the Hornets were so dominant on the offensive end. Shows some growth already early, or excuse me, in the second half, some growth already from St. Mary's. But now with around 2 minutes and 25 seconds, 80 seconds on the shot clock or so, Hornets have a lot of time to start working it out and give themselves a good shot. Spooner almost found that cut and the pass from Kaza. But now Fuller's got it. And the pass goes to Fuller from Doyle. Fuller, no hesitation, in motion. Great shot again. That's going to be her fourth. Her and Hartle both have 4 goals today. And as I said, with a lot of time out there, they'd be able to
13, Tessa Fuller with another goal for the Hornets.
make it work, but man, they didn't need that type of time. They just it's got to happen right away. So back to the draw we go with Fuller, or excuse me, Spooner, taking that draw and fighting for it. Hind still loose, picks it up. Hind's got great skills with the ground balls, but their pass just kind of miscommunicated. And Krzyzewski swings it upfield. And a nice job from St. Mary's to secure, but then right as they secure it, Hind on top of it again. Her and Ware are just 2 hawks on the defensive end when it comes to those clears. They never give up, and it always ends up paying off. Doyle in the center had some room. She could have turned around maybe and made it happen, but you don't need to force anything at this point. So just under a minute, around 50 seconds left in this period. And Kaza on that other end looking for Fuller on the cut. Swings it back outside to Hartle. Hartle and Fuller have been the hot hands today. Now Ware trying to back down. Gives it back to Hartle. And with 25 seconds on this shot clock now, pass is deflected. Almost looks like someone sat on the ball, and Seaboy just picks it up. You see Spooner stay back there for a little bit, try to get it out of Seaboy's hands. And now that period's going to come to an end. So Hornets tried to get more points on the board, but still feeling real comfortable sitting at 12-3, doing a great job. And I think this gives us a little bit of time to look at the days ahead for all of Kalamazoo College sports. A lot of golf is going on here at Kalamazoo College. Baseball plays today at Hope around 5, but I think that one might have been postponed. I'm not 100% certain, just based on the weather. And then sooner or later, I believe this Monday, the men's track and field and women's track and field outdoor championships do start and commence. So something to keep in mind, this Kalamazoo College track and field team, only started last year or at least came back kind of into relevance this last year. They've been in and out of competing just because of lack of people and people who will and won't be able to run and whatnot. But they're doing a pretty great job this year. I've got a lot of friends who are on the team, and they're loving it. It's something that they're super passionate about. And, man, it's interesting to think about sports here at Kalamazoo College. It's so hard to be a student and an athlete at the same time. You got to give these athletes so much credit for going through all they go through. And we think about having it being senior day today. These seniors with their SIPs, senior integrated projects, researching all of their interests. It's a lot of work to be going through your athletics, to be going through school, and on the side, creating your senior projects. It's a lot of work and a lot of just very impressive, really, at the end of the day, is how much they really go through. And just persistent. I mean, it's hard to be an athlete here, but they make it work. So just now, coming out of the break, going into the fourth period. 15 minutes left remaining in this game. And St. Mary's, in those 15 minutes, need to make it happen. Need to be aggressive, clean up the play. They've done better, certainly have done a lot better at securing some more ground balls and not having nearly as many turnovers, clears in particular. So they're going to start with it. McMahon just trying to work her way all the way downfield and does. And their offense started to flow quite a bit more. They're finding better passes, and there, as I say that, just stepped out. And so that one hurts. You start the fourth period with the ball, and then, man, just unfortunate. Some miscommunication. And need to clean that type of stuff up. Somehow the pass all the way across field goes right into Kaza, and she just takes it. Kaza looking for a lot of different passes here. Spooner had a cut. Hartle had a cut, but just none of them really open. Give it to Miroslavic. Now to Doyle. Doyle looked like she wanted to get on the attack there. And back outside to Spooner. Spooner, you got to give Delgado a lot of credit today. Doing a really great job of face guarding and stopping Spooner from getting the ball. Still Spooner on the board. Something she strives for. It's always making a team difference. So Spooner back with it again. 25 seconds on that shot clock. Spins, surveys. Now back outside. Delgado, some great defense. And wow, Delgado makes her lose it. But Fuller picks it up. Kaza on the inside, needs to shoot. You got 10 seconds on the shot clock. Need to find someone. Spins, 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 tries to shoot, loses it, and has to throw it away. And so, some good defensive possessions from St. Mary's. This has happened a couple times now. A new trend. And even in games where it's not completely close, there's always some little wins that you can account for. So away on the outside, they give it to Seaboy. And letting her decide where it's going to go. Nice pass there to McMahon. Safe and steady. Good cross, but oof, just low. Man, another turnover. So that pressure from the Hornets is starting to come back. And Barber is going to take it. Miroslavich, that one's kind of tipped. It's in between Fuller and McMahon. Now outfield is Speckard. And Speckard, I mean, she's got a gap. She's got some numbers. Barber, good cutoff, but a good spin. And even better save from Grice. Man, took us a second to realize what happened, but just a complete halt. And good to see. So, Hornets running with it upfield and give it to Fuller. Clears haven't been a problem, as I said before. And a nice pass there. Don't know where that one went. It kind of got caught, I think, in the net on the side. Strange. But Seaboy tracks it down, as she has done a lot today. And now really fighting the way through. And I think they realize that might be the best strategy is you don't got to pass it too much. You just got to run it downfield, get yourself on the offensive end, and it'll pay off quite a bit more. And there you have it. There's another goal on board. Speckard cuts her way into the scoring sheet. And doing what she does best, really, finding those openings.
St. Mary's goal, number 14, Rachel Speckard.
And so Grice having a good day with the saves and doing a good job. But there, Speckard, another great job of finding herself in the lane. But a lot of credit, I think, to Seaboy today. Doing a fantastic job at getting these saves. 12 saves today and 12 goals allowed. I mean, doing all that she needs to do. And honestly, with how much she's had the ball, I think you can credit her to even more of that just by interceptions and caused turnovers sometimes that she has created. So, interesting statistic for Seaboy. And now 12-4, Hornets with the lead still. Still feeling pretty comfortable, but 10 minutes remaining. Fighting for it up in the air. You see Hine trying to get it. Players down. And still fighting. My goodness. Ware comes away with it. Janitis now to Hine. And every time you see one of those scrambles, it's either Ware or Hine who comes up with it. It's almost consistent. And now, after more scrambles, Fuller has got it. Now Hind with room, has enough to shoot, and there you go, Hind, another one. And that's going to be, I believe, her second today. Yes, it is. And give them more of a lead in this game. And man, almost all of these Kalamazoo College games, you look at their schedule, you look at the scores, almost always high scoring. Don't believe there's a single game where both teams scored underneath 10 goals and a combined score of under 20. Yeah, every single game aside, I believe, for 2 have been over 20 points scored collectively, which is a pretty crazy number to think about. Not 100% sure what that means, you know, translate it to the game being played, but still, high-scoring teams. And for the draw, you got 3 players on Downey and just naturally is going to lose the ball. Hartle with room. Thought about it. And now you see Kaza in that X position. Here comes Spooner on the cut. Good stop, though. Doyle looking for Kaza. Back out. Spooner likes her matchup. A good slide comes from Delgado. And St. Mary's doing a good job defensively. It's interesting because once they get themselves set, it's significantly better then on the transition, which I think does make sense. But there, Fuller, a good spin move to find herself in the right spot. Right down the center she goes. And that's going to be her 5th goal on the day.
Hornet goal number 13, Tessa Fuller.
And, you know, coming off a game where Spooner got 5 goals, now Fuller's getting 5 goals. I mean, he's just can't be stopped sometimes. So now the clock is going to be ticking down. We got a 10-point lead. Just going to keep it rolling. So going to be 8 minutes remaining left in this game. The draw is going to be up in the air. Fighting Hartle, big hits, and goes to McMahon. McMahon kind of like throws it backwards almost to Speckard. And now King trying to communicate and give it to Spurl. Spurl, nice move. Big hit from Spooner, though. And I think Spooner was surprised that that hit kind of went that way. I mean, that's a tough one. And I don't know if Spurl played it off, but either way, she's got herself a chance to get on the scoreboard. Shot, there you go. That's high and good for her. Making this one 14-5. And Spurl, good job there.
St. Mary's goal number 18, Annabelle Spruill.
And so Spruill with that goal. Very nicely done on those free shots. Always feels good. It gives you a little momentum boost. And even if they can't come back into this game, they've certainly shown they're a better team than they were in the first half and a different team than they were in the first half. Spurl showing that she has the ability to show up as well. Another one of those players out of Georgia. And this one just briefly went out of bounds. But oh, I guess not out of bounds. Something else has happened. So either way, you see Kalinowski with it. Sprint on the outside, and they want to get shots off quick. And it's just picked up by Grice. Pass too close to the goal. Flying too close to the sun. And Grice picks it up. So now some long field passes going to Kaza. Kaza gives it to the inside, trying to find Miroslavich, but pass just too high. And now St. Mary's going to hold possession there. Fuller's going to try to put some pressure on the ball. Krajewski, downfield, ball's loose. Speckard picks it up. Speckard, that one's loose, and Hine picks it. Ware got the hit. And now downfield, Miroslavich. They've got numbers. Ball's deflected. Kaza still wants to shoot, though, and does. And there you have it. Kaza on the board again. Doing a great job giving them and keeping that 10-point lead that they have had. Stick is checked, all good, so nicely done there.
Number 29, Abby Kaza.
And these really are the best kind of games for the Hornets. It's where they feel most comfortable, of course, with a huge lead. But they just know how to get it done on the offensive end. So here comes the draw. Spooner's back at it. Does a good job picking it up out of the air and just sprinting right down. Finds Fuller on the outside, skips it over now back to Miroslavic. Miroslavic's been a little quiet today, always on the offensive end, not usually taking those types of tough shots. Doyle looks for the cut from Hartle. Hartle is going to stick on the outside. Spooner cuts in, and Miroslavic back with it. Miroslavic, a nice pass to Doyle. Really cut it through, although Doyle didn't have a lot of room. Kaza, that one's deflected. Picked right back up by Hartle. 35 seconds on the shot clock here. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the game. A nice pass from Doyle, just goes high though. It's the right idea, and Spooner just picks it up. Still ticking down. Got to be courteous of the shot clock. Remind yourself of it. Spooner, that one, it's just going to be picked up by Seaboy. But hey, Ware is there. And Ware wants to go all the way, but a good pass to Kaza. Oof. Oh, man. If Kaza held on, that would have been a goal right away. Giving her the hat trick today. But just a little high. And now passes are just all over the place from both teams. Ware picks it up. And now Miroslavic on that outside. So Hornets holding on to it, gives it to Hartle. Hartle shot is good again. Now you got two players with 5 goals today. Hartle and Fuller feeling good, giving themselves the 11-point lead. And another game with over 20 points scored collectively from both teams this season. Everyone.
Number 8, Sophie Hartle adds 1 for the Hornets.
Everyone is doing their job offensively today. And so now clock is ticking down with 2 minutes left. It's running. So not the greatest ideal situation, you know, for St. Mary's, of course, but they've done their best at stopping some of the better players on this team, like Spooner, doing a good job of halting her, and they've stayed persistent with that. And now ball is loose, picked up by Miroslavic. And with the Hornets winning this one, it's going to pretty much confirm a home game going into the MIAA tournament, providing that they also get the win at Albion. And also if they lose that game against Albion, pretty sure there's still a chance they'll have that home game. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Hartle, that pass is just a little off. Still a lot of time on that shot clock, so they don't have to worry too much or hurry. Hartle again, same spot every time, same cut. And St. Mary's just hasn't adjusted to that one. That's going to be 6 goals for Hartle today. And, man, it's got to feel good, as I said, senior day.
By number 8, Sophie Hartle.
So everyone happy about that one. Giving them a 12-point lead, and now with 30 seconds left, ticking down, this one is pretty much over with. With 6 goals today, Hartle is going to have 29 goals on the season, just 1 away from 30. Kaza also just hit the 30-goal mark today as well. So a lot of new numbers being hit for this Hornets team. And to finish this one, man, a big hit from behind. And, you know, late in the game, you can get a little upset, and I don't know if that was necessarily a upset hit, but still, it's late in the game. And with 6 seconds left, shouldn't be too much of an impact. So clock ticking down now. Just chill it out, but Miroslavic's going to shoot. But saved by C-Boy either way. So this one wasn't necessarily a nail-biter or too close of a game, but allows the Hornets to secure themselves as one of the better teams in the MIAA and give them that 4 seed. Looking at some statistics real quick before we wrap it up and give it to the seniors and talk about them a little bit. Looking at some stats, Kalamazoo outshot St. Mary's 3 times. So St. Mary's 12 shots, Kalamazoo with 36. And all the other statistics pretty much outweighed by Kalamazoo. They did a fantastic job. Goal scorers Hartle, Fuller, Hind, and Doyle, Kaza with 2, Spooner with 1, and 4 St. Mary's. 5 goals from Downey, Martin, Sproul, Speckard, and King. So, with all said and done, I'm going to let our announcer take it off here for the announcements for the seniors and whatnot. But thank you all so much for joining me today and us up here in the booth. I'm Quentin Powers, and we'll see you all very soon.
Phil, you're way too close.
Hey, wait, look around.
Get down there.
No, I can see you.
I know you can see me. It's right on my nostril.
Okay.
I was so close. It's like, you can see your cabinet. Yeah, you crazy girl. What did she do? She took her jacket off. She's got a real breeze. She's not looking real comfortable. They better take it fast. Yeah. She'll just drop over. flowers. It was massive. There's 4 flowers there, 4 seniors. That was tough. They don't have a big squad because you could see they didn't have anybody there. Got all the St. Mary girls. Of course, that didn't do St. Mary's a lot of good, though, did it?
No.
Whereabouts is St. Mary's?
It's next to Notre Dame. It's the girls' school next to Notre Dame.
Good evening, family, friends, and fans. Tonight we gather to celebrate a very special group of women, our seniors, who have made a lasting impact on Kalamazoo College women's lacrosse. Through early morning lifts, long practices, tough losses, big wins, and unforgettable memories, they have helped shape the culture of this program and set the standard for what it means to be a Hornet. To our seniors, thank you. Thank you for your leadership, your dedication, and the example you set every single day. Now it's time to recognize the seniors who have helped shape this program and leave their mark on Kalamazoo College women's lacrosse. Up first, number 29, Abby Kaza. Abby is walking tonight with her mom, Ashley Kaza, along with her sister, Bella, and brother, Zach. She would also like to recognize her dad, Bob Kaza, for his continued support. She is a triple major in business, studio art, and art history. Her senior integrated project is a photographic series titled A Photographic Series Aiming to Close the Gap in Photographs Chosen for Media Publication Based on Athlete Gender, which received honors. On campus, Abby has worked as a student employee for the athletic department, capturing photos and creating graphics, helping showcase Hornet athletics. For the Hornets, Abby has been a standout attack player, currently ranking 5th in career goals, 5th in career assists, and 6th in career points. After graduation, she hopes to stay in Michigan working in sports, social media, and photography. Her favorite lacrosse memory is, quote, beating hope. Abby's parting words to the team are, I want to thank Kalamazoo women's lacrosse for everything it has given me over the past 4 years. This time goes by faster than you could ever imagine, so soak in every moment you have with this team. If my experience has shown me anything, it's that when this team comes together, we can accomplish anything. This group is full of the most caring and supportive people I know, which I am so honored to have shared these years with you. This team has given me more than I could have ever imagined, and I hope I gave even a small piece of that back. I also want to thank my parents and siblings for their constant support throughout my lacrosse journey. The Kazas truly are the best group of cheerleaders I could have asked for. And to the Final Four, thank you for going through this experience with me. I couldn't have asked for a better group to share college lacrosse with. You made this everything it was. Thank you, KZoo Women's Lax. I will miss this and all of you so much. You've gained a lifelong #1 fan. Let's give it up for number 29, Abby Kaza. Next up, number 8, Sophie Hartle. Sophie is walking tonight with her parents, Brian and Teresa Hartle, along with her sister, Caroline Hartle. She is majoring in economics with minors in anthropology and sociology and a concentration in community and global health. Her senior integrated project is titled Reflections on My Internship and How Public Health Acts as an Economic Force. On campus, Sophie serves as an economics departmental student advisor. She has also been involved in Special Olympics and volunteers with Kalamazoo Transitional Services through the Center for Civic Engagement. For the Hornets, Sophie has been a key midfielder, making an impact all over the field. After graduation, she plans to attend graduate school to pursue her master's in public health. Her favorite lacrosse memory is, quote, all of the locker room banter before practices, dance parties before games, and of course, beating hope. Sophie's parting words to the team are, first, I want to thank everyone who has supported me through these past 4 years, my family, friends, coaches, trainers, my fellow seniors, but especially my teammates. Playing college lacrosse is one of the best decisions I have made, not only because the sport is special, but because this team is special. We have built something that goes far beyond lacrosse. I have made some of the most meaningful friendships through this team, and I will never forget what it feels like to step on the field with all of you. To the underclassmen, keep putting your whole heart into everything you do and enjoy every second because it goes by faster than you think. Keep showing up for each other and working hard on and off the field so when your time comes, you can walk away knowing you gave it everything you had. Thank you for the countless memories, the lessons, and for giving me something I will miss for the rest of my life. Let's give it up for number 8, Sophie Hartle. Now introducing number 18, Jordan Doyle. Jordan is walking tonight with her parents, Kim and Eric Doyle. She would like to thank her family for their endless support, both in and out of lacrosse. She is majoring in computer science and quantitative economics with a minor in mathematics. Her senior integrated project is titled New Perspectives, a reflection on my summer in cyber fraud operations at Comerica Bank. On campus, Jordan serves as a computer science departmental student advisor and is also a teaching assistant for both computer science and physics. For the Hornets, Jordan is an attack player and currently ranks second all-time in career assists. After graduation, she will be interning at Stryker this summer as a software engineer intern. In the fall, she will attend the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill on a Master's Merit Fellowship to pursue her Master's in Computer Science. Her favorite lacrosse memory is, quote, beating trying to secure the first home playoff game in program history my sophomore year and beating Hope this year. Jordan's parting words to the team are, thank you to all of my past and present teammates for shaping me into the person I am today. You have celebrated with me at my highest highs, supported me at my lowest lows, and inspired me to be better every day. My biggest advice is to embrace the sisterhood and remember you can do hard things, especially when you do them together. Each year, the team is a new, special group, so soak in every moment, starting your day together at lift, blasting music on the bus, and talking about your day during warm-ups. You are smart, hilarious, resilient, and strong. It has been an honor to be your teammate, and I cannot wait to see the amazing things you accomplish. Let's give it up for number 18, Jordan Doyle.
Way to go, Jordan!
And now our final senior, number 10, Ella Spooner. Ella is walking tonight with her parents, Troy and Melissa Spooner. She is majoring in biochemistry and Spanish. Her senior integrated project was completed in the Granger Lab at the Van Andel Institute, where she studied blood cancers. Her project is titled Canonical Wnt Signaling Establishes Lifelong Hematopoiesis.
Wow.
On campus, Ella serves as co-president of the Health Professions Society
Sounded impressive.
and
Yeah.
is a member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. She has also been a lab teaching assistant in both general and organic chemistry and a mentor in the Little Big Siblings program. For the Hornets, Ella has been a dominant force in the midfield and on the draw, leaving her mark on the record book. She sits among the program's all-time leaders in goals, points, and draw controls. She impacts the game in every area, whether it is scoring, making key defensive stops, causing turnovers, or showing relentless hustle, getting ground balls. After graduation, Ella will return to the Van Andel Institute for a year-long post-baccalaureate research fellowship and plans to apply to medical school this May.
Great.
Her favorite lacrosse memory is, quote, all of the locker room and bus dance parties and team bonding, but especially traveling to my hometown and taking down the Dutch for the second time in program history. Ella's parting words to the team are, to my team, thank you for becoming some of my closest friends and sisters over the past 4 years. Every one of you has made this experience so meaningful, and my time at K, as a K student athlete, has truly shaped me. Thank you for always making me laugh, lifting me up when I needed it most, and giving me memories I will carry with me forever. You are all incredible people, and I cannot wait to cheer you on in everything that comes next. To my parents, thank you for being at every game and supporting me through everything. I'm so grateful for all that you've done. And to my fellow seniors, thank you for these past 4 years. You're my rocks and my lifelong best friends. We've been through so much together, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anyone else. Final four forever. Let's give it up one more time for number 10, Ella Spooner. As we wrap up tonight's celebration, let's take one more moment to recognize and thank our incredible seniors for everything they've given this program. Their dedication, leadership, and passion have helped build something truly special, and their impact will continue to be felt for years to come. To our seniors, thank you for everything you've poured into Kalamazoo College women's lacrosse. We are so proud of you and cannot wait to see all that you accomplish next. Let's hear it one more time for our seniors.